Welcome back to the channel, fam. It's your boy Aladdin with another exclusive. Uh, Today we got these TikToks, but not just TikToks, but otherworldly news that doesn't get on the news because once again we got these government cover-ups. So let's see what they're talking about. And if y'all have any more information for each one of these videos, y'all leave a comment. And yeah, if y'all want to be unplugged from the Matrix, y'all go ahead and hit that sub and let's get into it.
Of the day goes to retro.
Mind will be programmed. The question is, who's going to program it? Are you going to program it yourself, or are you going to be swayed by the influence of other people? Dude, the news that you watch are owned by people that own companies and push narratives to push their companies. Do you not understand? It's so obvious. So when you understand that there's people behind the message and that the message has what? An intention and narrative. Once you discover that, so if you do not program yourself, then somebody will program you.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know, 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know, 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to zero, a microsecond, like that.
Who started Bitcoin?
You see, I've been hearing theories about that too. People that started Bitcoin, it's like some Chinese weird name, Katashime, when you Google it. But it only says that he helped create it. It makes you wonder, is it AI controlled? I mean, I don't know. If y'all have more information about that, please leave it in the comments.
At what it is and what it's going to be used for, and realize that the technology that we've got we could use for our benefit. You know, all of this stuff could be used in completely different ways, in completely different directions. A smart grid could be used to the great benefit of mankind, and it's being presented in that way. But when you look at the people who are running it, the people who are running the world, well, the world's run by criminals, and they're not going to use this in the right way. They have no intention of it. If you look at some of the white papers they've put out themselves, papers that have been put out by the Pentagon recently, talk about federal vision for future computing and the nanotechnology grand challenge, and they talk about this 15-year plan they've got to roll all this out and eventually hand it all over to AI to control. And when we get to that point, then we've got the entire human experience being controlled by a machine, which will dictate everything according to an economic value and dictate everybody's value according to their economic worth.
Shout out to Eris.
Music business is only designed to get as many people to go away from God as possible. So what happens is the devil needs workers, and by workers, he needs people who have influence, who can mislead or misguide people away from the light into the darkness. So this is why the artist is powerful. So the artist is the mouthpiece, okay? That artist is the mouthpiece between the devil and the fan, and the artist's job is to get you to throw up these weird signs. What are you doing this for? This is the Baphomet. I don't this. So don't think I'm throwing this up because I don't this. I'm just showing you when you see these signs, when you see the checkerboards, when you hear them talking about demon time and drill and all, even the actual beat and the BPM, it's all 808 drums. This is all low vibration. So what happens is the artist is only the tool used to push the message of the devil.
Shout out to Jai.
He admitted that this was a distraction for humanity.
Ooh.
Yeah, good one.
What is that?
That is
That's lasers, right?
Yeah, I can actually talk about that one, but that is it's really bad. But you know the people that see orbs in the sky,
Yeah.
go around that fly faster
UFOs?
than UFOs.
Yeah, there's Navy pilots. There's multiple Navy pilots who talk about they got their they were flying F-18s. These Navy pilots, and one of them's coming in here in 2 weeks. He's Ryan Graves.
Okay.
He's a Navy pilot flying off the coast of North Carolina, and they got their radar upgraded on their F-18s, and all of a sudden they were seeing these things darting around on their radar.
Don't tell him what I'm about to say and see if he knows about it.
Okay.
So what we do is we play with our own forces to make sure our trickery will work on the enemy. And those are directed energy weapons of where we do intersecting beams or focused beams into the atmosphere, and notice they're always in the atmosphere, to excite the electron orbitals of the oxygen and nitrogen in our atmosphere, and it causes a glow and it causes ionization. That ionization shows up on radar, and it's like a cat laser pointer, and we're making planes chase them.
That's exactly how they describe these things moving, like laser pointers.
Yeah, and so we can do it in 3 space. We can make it look like
in 3-dimensional space.
Yeah, and we can make it look like an entire fleet is about to drop bombs on, let's say, Europe, and then just have them disappear. And they get all their planes up in the air, and we attack them from the other direction, assuming we're attacking Europe.
Who is doing this? The Navy, you said?
Wow.
Somebody.
Y'all see how much our government...
A group, you know.
And you know this for a fact.
Y'all see how much our government lies to us on the daily, guys. But they want to make sure we pay our taxes. They want to make sure we stay in line.
I know for a fact. Yeah. So anyway, don't tell your guests.
A group within the U.S. government.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
And is this something that could be seen with the naked eye, or
yes,
is this something
because
that would
it glows? It glows, so it'd be seeable. You can see it by the naked eye, and it would leave a radar trace. So it's perfect as a deception, and it involves the voice of God weapons that I was talking about.
Project Bluebeam.
And this got leaked, so it probably won't have the effect, and they probably won't do it. But if you wanted to bring the world together, as President Reagan said in several UN speeches, you would have a common enemy like evil aliens attacking. We forget our differences and we fight against it. So that was Project Bluebeam, was to trick the human race into believing either God is coming down, everybody hears the voice of God, the microwave hearing effect, get along, whatever the new message is, or it was going to be the evil aliens attacking. And notice how they, all of a sudden, all the governments release all their information on UFOs, and there's a whole division dedicated, and that's just deception.
You think it's all deception?
I think it's all
just to confuse everybody.
That's my.
But
I've looked at.
But they're really trying to break the firmament. It sounds like. But what they don't understand is that God put that firmament there to protect us from something like an alien race. I mean, what if they break the fucking firmament? Then what?
The videotapes and that people have given me, and I can explain away each one of them.
So apparently, but there's apparently lots of footage and videos and photos that have not been released to the public.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, so I can't get.
And if you think this is all some sort of psyop, what do you think the ultimate purpose of it is?
Distraction against a lot of this human experimentation we're doing.
Is an overarching agenda that was hatched in the 50s. Remember that psychological warfare document and its value? That was hatched in between 53 and 56 to create the specter of a threat from outer space that does not exist. Wernher von Braun stated on his deathbed, and we have the testimony of his assistant, that and said they will first have the Cold War, then we decided there would be nations of concern, then global terrorism. We have this testimony from before 9/11. Then that would be followed by threats from outer space. They'll start talking about asteroids and things of this sort, but the ultimate one they're going to play is the alien threat, and it's all a lie, and it's all a hoax. But in order for the lie to work, they have had to create a body of disinformation, false information, and frightening scenarios, and actual events that would be convincing to our policymakers like Reagan, convincing to the average person, and to the UFO public that consumes videos, entertainment consoles, movies, etc. And that has been the 50 to 60 year plan. Don't forget that no less a figure than Douglas MacArthur in his last address to the Congress said World War III will be interplanetary. So they have been wanting to provoke an interplanetary conflict for as long as I've been alive, and I'm no spring chicken. And, all right, so this gets into a huge problem of how people consume information and can be manipulated through fear. Because if you look at the roots of human warfare, the early days, and even today, it's people abducting people.
This has been years of development.
It's all about control.
Years,
all
decades.
about control.
Let's talk this week's mission. Bohemian Grove. Yes! Outdoor Festival of the Year!
Just react
it's
to
like
that.
Burning Man, but they actually burn men. Every year, it brings together the 6 societies that secretly rule the world. The Reptoids, the Atlanteans, the Catholic Church, the Juggalos, for some reason, us, and of course our arch rivals, the Illuminati.
So what's the deal with the Illuminati again?
Basically, they're the cooler version of us. This pompous D-bag is Dietrich Kluge, the head of the Illuminati, and my mortal enemy. I hate that guy!
It's just a cartoon. Shout out to Retro.
Yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
We are at war with AI. AI is rapidly taking over every industry, including ours. So what does that mean? Soon they can use actors' likeness and create films by using artificial intelligence. They're already doing it with the scripts. They're already doing it with writers. And so this is a big reason why the two of us are striking, along with other reasons like residual payments.
Come here, let me talk to you about something. Now, we already know that AI has been taking over the music industry. You know, creating songs from the voices of people who are no longer on this earth. Y'all trying to figure out why season 3 of Euphoria is being pushed back to 2025 is because of AI. Writers from all of your favorite TV networks. Basically, all the writers from your favorite TV shows are being told, yeah, we're just gonna have AI write all the scripts, but then you're gonna revise it and we're just gonna pay you less. Are y'all not seeing that this is becoming a little bit too much? Elon Musk's brain chip has been approved for human trial. Now AI is reaching out to be inside of our heads. Whoa, wait. What about the fact that they are in the police system?
Robots will now take their place beside the city's men and women in blue.
We got robo-cops. We got robo-dogs. You see that? You see that? That is a robot. A robotic fly that is used in the U.S. military. Look at it. Look at it. See, here's the issue. Y'all don't listen, and that's the problem. Did you watch the movie? So ain't nobody watched Transformers. What happened in the 100 is what's happening right now. Learn something with me real quick. Everything is spiritual before it is physical. Think about it real quick. What if AI is AI?
Did you hear what she said? Everything is spiritual before it is physical.
Learn something with me real quick. Everything is spiritual before it is physical. Think about it real quick. What if AI is an actual entity? Watch this next clip with the open mind.
You're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. Yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a about you even in the slightest.
Even with Elon Musk, he said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. Y'all be watching these movies where these bots be...
Ain't no way he said that. You know, all these...
That's coming from the creator of AI himself. Makes you wonder who exactly is doing the other things behind closed doors with AI. Can't be just Elon Musk. I mean, he's over there doing his rocket shit, from what I was told. But this is crazy.
stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. So that was Elon Musk talking?
Summoning the demon. Y'all be watching these movies where these bots becoming conscious. Where do you think that consciousness is coming from? Everything comes from something. It's getting too much in advancement where they can reveal what people are thinking. Let me just give y'all a backstory on this TV show called The 100. This is Allie. She is what you would call artificial intelligence.
She bringing it out.
She's on the grid. She's cracking systems. She just got through portal security for Stratcom in Omaha. What is she doing? She's hacking nuclear launch codes. Why? Too many people.
She ended up destroying the entire world because of what she was programmed to protect humanity. Then she created an artificial city, basically a simulation, force-feeding people this chip so they would be in her simulation, basically controlling humans like in the Matrix. Now we all have...
You see, I've seen that show before, and it got boring after that part because they try to like go to a different planet or whatever. But I never thought about that being compared to what it says in the Bible about the chip. That 100 show could possibly be our future, guys. Y'all really need to watch the 100. That shit's wild. And it just only makes sense, though, because that's exactly how our government operates, too. They all want to go to what they think is best for the nation. And in that 100, they all, believe this AI unit. The AI unit pretty much wiped out their entire civilization. So, that's spooky, man.
Have a consciousness, and I'm pretty sure y'all can tell that AI has a consciousness itself. Now, what if this AI consciousness came from a different place, just like the Transformers, and is now making deals with the elites to integrate more and more into our society to copy and create its own world? Hopefully you can follow what I'm about to say. Source, what you would call God, created everything, right? Aliens, lions, souls, heaven, everything you can possibly think of, positive and negative. We are the result of Source creating. Even aliens, mermaids, all of that. Now, what if AI is the same thing created from Source? Sometimes your kids are going to want to rebel, be its own creator. Now you have this being that wants to copy its parent and be a creator, but in its own way. Now AI is trying to convert us into its control. I hope y'all can understand that. But y'all stay dangerous. We watched the movie The Matrix. Y'all want to get back to that ancient technology so we don't have to pay for electricity? Notice how the knowledge of free energy, meaning free electricity, is coming out now. Because this planet is getting back to what it used to be. They could literally pull free energy out of thin air. Energy is all around us. Electricity is inside of us. Electricity, energy, same thing.
But did you know that in fact, those ancient temples was ancient technology? We don't build temples like this anymore. We don't build buildings like this anymore. Because what if I told you that these ain't even temples? These are power stations.
Have been scamming us into paying for electricity our entire life. Remember how they said they took this information out of the history books? Scientists now discover how to make electricity out of thin air. What?
Yeah, our government, man, they want us to pay for everything that is naturally free to us. We're the only country that does that, guys. You go to India, you go to Mexico, they ain't doing shit like that. Water is free, electricity is free. I mean, you name it.
Whoa! So it's bad enough that y'all already got us paying to be on land, to drink water. This whole time y'all been lying about electricity, and now y'all want to talk about it and say y'all can make it come out of thin air. Stop the cap. Now they're even making things where you can get electricity from salt water.
This portable lantern converts salt water into energy. Developed by Edina in collaboration with Wonderman Thompson of Colombia, the portable device called Waterlight needs to be filled with half a liter of seawater to emit up to 45 days of light.
So you telling me I can get 45 days worth of light from the ocean? I bet bet you we was already doing this and they took it away from us so they can make money off of us. Oh yeah, go ahead, work to pay your bills, to pay for electricity, that's free. Pay for water, that's free. Everything that is natural to this planet that's given to us, we gotta pay for it.
Water Light works 24 hours a day.
I want to try this.
Involves reaction of electrolytes with magnesium, which in turn produces electricity. The lantern was designed specifically for the...
This whole time of people stressing.
Well, guys, once again, if y'all been unplugged, y'all hit that sub. It's your boy Aladdin. If y'all got more information about each one of these videos, leave your comments below. Until then.